Welcome to episode 3 of the Hot Air Podcast with me, Dan Williams. Now, a bit of a change this week. Not only have we got off Zoom, we've got my first ever female guest. Yep, you guessed it. My beautiful girlfriend, Demi Chantelle, is joining me, talking all things lockdown love.
All right, let's get to it. The best episode yet on the Hot Air Podcast.
Well, good evening and welcome to episode 3 of the Hot Air Podcast with me, Dan Williams. Thank you for joining last week. Speaking of Ross Peacock, all things hair transplants. Now, this week is a big change. Not only are we not going to be using Zoom, it's my first ever female guest. It pains me to say it, but my guest this week is my beautiful girlfriend, Demi Chantelle. Sit down, Demi.
Can't wait, it's all about me.
Yeah, it's all about us. So I wanted to get Demi on for a couple of reasons. A, she puts up with me for most of the time. I think that's commendable. And B, to talk about our lockdown love story. Okay, she's not used to this. Me and Demi met during first lockdown. We didn't physically meet for months, and we didn't physically touch for even more so. So this is an opportunity to hear my side of things and then very much differently Demi's. Demi, I'm going to give you 15 seconds to introduce yourself.
I am Demi. I am a legend. And I put up with this one pretty much 24/7. So I'd say I'm pretty patient. What do you reckon?
Very much so. Demi has had a fantastic career in the world of makeup, worked with some fantastic celebrities. This guy being number one.
Helping you.
Yeah, cheers. Give us a bit of overview, Dem, of how you started in the makeup world, and then we'll jump into, the lockdown love story 1.0.
1.0. I always wanted to get into makeup, into TV. I trained at Brushstrokes. And then from there, I worked at MAC for a couple of years. I then freelanced for a year and basically worked for free, just trying to get in, just saying yes to everything and hoping someone will.
Is that to going out with me?
What?
Was that to going out with me? You just said yes to everything.
Yeah. And then I got my first in at EastEnders. And that was it. Very good. Very good.
Can we talk about your next step, or would that be too much of an exclusive?
No, we can talk about my next step.
Demi is taking the next step to
call the midwife.
Now. Oh,
very funny. Yeah, call the midwife, which I did work on a couple of years ago, but I'm back.
She's back for good.
It's 60s now.
Wow, there we go.
I know, it's 50s before, so
there we go, moving up centuries. So the reason why I wanted to get Demi on is to take it back to when did we start talking? February? January the 12th.
January the 15th.
January the 15th.
Yeah, hey.
I was working with my old personal trainer, Courtney. If you need him, I'll put his app down below. And
brilliant.
He's brilliant. And I put a topless photo of this absolute man mountain.
Welsh weapon.
Thank you very much. Welsh dragon, I believe. Thank you. No, he said Welsh. The lizards turned into a dragon. And I was topless. Standard. And this old chestnut slipped into my DMs with a fire emoji.
No, I slipped into Courtney's.
That was it.
And said, I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? I'm not really like this. I'm not. Anyway, he doesn't need to hear this. But yeah, I was like, God damn, like, who's that face? He's a bit younger here.
Fuck off, it was only last year.
What's happened? And then little did I know, Courtney
screenshot of it.
Told you, didn't he?
Sent
and then
it over.
I got a follow at like 5 a.m. in the morning. But he still let me do all the chasing.
Yes. We won't go into the book, but for my birthday, Demi got me a book saying Our Story, Lockdown with Fit Dan.
Oh, babe, you've really looked after it.
No, it's Our Sorry Story now. So we wanted to sort of go over this. It's a breakdown of the start of the relationship. So I got this on the 2nd of June, which is my 29th birthday. The first date, Demi. Explain it. Tell the people. Tell me what tell them what I did.
So we chatted a bit, didn't we? January, February. Timing wasn't on our side, and that was it. And then lockdown began, and this one got bored and decided to just pick me back up. Luckily for him, I was bored as well. So
Charming.
Next thing you know, he's cycling round to my house
On the
6th of April.
6th of April.
30-mile round trip, was it?
It was 36 miles. I live in Woking.
It was 30.
A lot of it was uphill.
30-mile round trip, rocked up with a bottle of champers. And I was living at home then, and my mum marked out a very clear X in the middle of us to make sure we were... Can't see. There's the X.
There's the X.
What did you do? What writing are you showing?
I'm not the right
speaker.
There we go.
Yeah, so you was under strict orders, weren't you? Anyway, we ended up sharing.
I thought you were going to say something else then.
We ended up sharing at a very long distance this bottle of champers, and then you were pissed, weren't you?
Well, I didn't
cycle
drive.
home.
And you came out, you're like, oh, you must. I think it's the first time you ever found out I despised ketchup, because your mum bought out ketchup. For the listeners and the viewers, ketchup for me is red because it comes straight from Satan. I hate
Chase him
it.
with a bottle of ketchup and he runs so fast.
I hate it. Be careful. I hate it so much. Anywho, we chatted like genuinely like we knew each other for.
I loved you as soon as I saw you.
We chatted like we knew each other for years, honestly. And the second I left, I was like, "Fuck, I've got a long cycle home." And then I remember I cycled past the Thames, and it was all very romantic. And I texted her like, "I just wish I could kiss you." Do you remember?
Yeah.
And you went, "I wish I could kiss you too," but we didn't. We didn't. We stuck to it.
We were really what's it? What do you call it?
Good.
We were good, and we followed the rules. We were angels, actually.
Well, for a short period of time. And then we were good. Moving swiftly on, we then started to meet at the most obscure places in Surrey, because remember, at the first lockdown, it was specifically 1 hour. So it was around 20 minutes to get to Dems. So we used to meet in the most odd places, like just next to the Thames, not go near...
You with your tash.
She loved the tash. Not go near one another, but spend about 15, 20 minutes together.
Well, we were sneaking out, weren't we?
Yes.
We were sneaking out the house. My mum would have an afternoon nap, and I'd literally run out the
Run
door.
out the
We'd have
house.
10 minutes. We'd literally be clock watching.
And this is what Demi wrote in the book. Today we hugged. It took us a good 5 minutes waiting for everyone to walk out of sight. But once we got in, my legs went like jelly and my heart raced so much. I drove home in a total daze. Hadn't had you off my mind for a second since.
I had nothing else to do other than write this.
I walked through the front door and just screamed with frustration and excitement at all the same time. How is it possible to feel like this so soon?
I honestly don't like you. Are you reading out your replies?
No, we don't need to worry about that.
He was fully encouraging all of this.
So, yeah, we used to meet up, and our first ever kiss was on the motorway bridge in Chertsey, just next to junction 14 of the M25.
It took us like 5 weeks to have a kiss,
Yeah.
didn't it?
And it was beautiful, it was stunning, but I was a little bit off balance.
I fell over.
Like we saw, like headbutt someone in a kiss. That was that. So
there wasn't one car on the motorway though, was there? Not one.
No, and now there bloody is.
It's really special.
We obviously, yeah, we won't go into everything. You know what I mean? There was a little bit of slap and tickle.
Why? There wasn't. We didn't slap or tickle till after you asked me to be your girlfriend.
So we met in April. And I asked Demi to be my girlfriend on the 22nd of July.
I can't believe you.
22nd of June?
No.
19th? 16th?
Just kidding.
Dickhead. But during this time, we had a few ups and downs. You know, a few decisions were made to stay. Here we go. Eek, our third date. I managed to sneak out, and we had a lovely 20 minutes walk down closed roads. This was where our first kiss was. Where we go? There you go. On the bridge.
You're honestly showing far too much.
No, okay. It felt so good to touch you, to feel your strong arms.
Oh my God. When you got me on here, you didn't tell me he's going to mug me off to all of your fans.
We had a proper encounter the last one. Anyway, I then made Demi a video. So I could put the video on this.
You could.
And I wrote 10 reasons why I think I'm falling in love with Demi. And I played it to her favourite song, which is...
It's a bit much, really, isn't it? Falling in love with me. What date was this?
10th of April.
Wow.
The first. Number 1. We make... Oh, fuck it. I'll just put the video up. We make a perfect head. Number 2. You drink as much as me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You have no idea about champagne. Yeah, well, not anymore. Number 4. Our first date is something that I will never forget. Number 5. You take photos to remember every moment. Number 6. This guy was the guy that she openly smooched on first dates. Number 7. You like my back. I did go for a little bit of a cycle of trying to get quite large, and that was that time. Number 9. You have a smile that can light up a stadium. Not an arena, a stadium. Number 9.
Here it is.
We went on a date to the M25. And number 10, Demi, this is just the start.
Weren't it just?
Fucking right.
And then you hugged me off.
And then a couple of pages that we don't need to worry about. And then Demi wrote me a...
No,
we're not reading the bloody... Just let me...
Do you know what?
Yes, darling?
I didn't sign up for this. Jesus.
Can I read the poem?
Can I just say something?
Do you want to read the poem?
Say something to the very wide audience here. I was very bored.
Wow.
You know, I was locked away with my thoughts, and I'm a creative person, and my feelings came into a poem. A very far-fetched poem.
Do you want to read it? Do you want to read it?
No, I think I'll be sick. Okay.
I Believed It Was You by Demi Chantelle. You came into my world. You flipped it upside down. Got under my skin. You weren't even around. Envision the future. You were by my side, together forever. Bonnie and Clyde. My best friend, my man, my future baby daddy. All I wanted was for you to make me happy. Grow old together, but stay young at heart. We'll go hand in hand until death do us part. It was you, it's true. I believed it was you. My partner in crime until you broke my heart in two.
You bastard.
It was fast and intense, but I felt it just for you. I had no doubt in my heart.
They're not the words.
I believed it was you. You came into my world. You flipped it upside down. I'm still here hoping you'll come back around. What's meant to be will always be. You know what they say about true love?
Set it free.
There she is, my gal.
And he came crawling back with his tail between his legs.
And then this happened. Me and Demi had a Zoom and we had to draw each other.
Our painting's improved since then.
Yeah, and then since then, we can get into that. And then I started to get very drunk because I was bored on Zoom, and I started to do strip teases for Dem to Pony from Magic Mike.
I think you should give us all a little taste.
Absolutely not. And that's that there.
Go on.
Absolutely not. I've had 2 beers, chill your beans. But this was during the peak of summer, and you and I were both drinking every single day.
I mean, I just don't know what ever happened.
Sunday the 10th. Do you want to have a little read? You can read this one.
What the hell happened on Sunday the 10th?
God knows.
Eek, date number 5.
Oh,
date number 5. This is hilarious. Yesterday was amazing. Mum actually agreed for us to go on a walk together. So this is what, over like a good, probably 7 weeks, because you buggered off for a couple.
I went on holiday.
And we had no time limit for the first time ever. I was so excited. The weather was gorgeous, sun shining and 27 degrees. And oh, BA, this is why you want me to read it.
I haven't read it. I didn't pre-read it.
And you rocked up topless.
Oh.
Looking just so sexy.
What was that bit again? There was an audio issue.
went for a lovely walk, and yeah, and that was about it. Oh, and then you said to me, I'm breathtakingly beautiful.
And then our first ever picture. And where was that? It was St John's. And which is funny enough, because now me and Demi go for walks and we go to St John's to go to the bakery because they do the most delicious donuts.
They do.
Moving swiftly on, Wednesday the 11th. Today was, we don't need to go over everything.
No.
This is the first time that Demi ever came to my house.
When?
What was the book's lying?
For your birthday? I'm gonna sneeze.
Yeah, no, do it on camera so everyone can see what it's like. Don't let the viewers down.
I think it's gone.
Oh, her sneezes are mind-boggling. Friday the 15th of May, I did a romantic thing. I took Demi to the lake.
Ooh.
Thank you for the cards and keys. And set up a beautiful afternoon tea for me and her.
Even set up the table and chairs themselves.
And then I got you, it was only pink and yellow, your favourite colours.
I don't know where you got yellow from.
That's the colour of the sun.
And also my favourite colour is blue.
And I played her favourite song, which is Zoma by Baker Matt. I'll put the tag down below. And we spent a full day in the woods, drinking champagne, doing all the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
You saw me do a front flip for the first time over my hands.
Yeah. Oh, and then
it was the final chapter.
The final chapter.
Which I think is a good statement, because it's the final chapter of that, but the next chapter of our relationship. This everything you've heard, we weren't together.
No.
And I'd happily say.
Yeah, we didn't.
We didn't
sleep together.
have any sexual connection until, well, we had a sexual connection, but we didn't have any form of intimacy until now. And we met in April.
Can I quit?
No. I don't want to read that because it's very sentimental and it means something to me. But she basically says, get into bed with me soon.
Out, basically. No, we did, didn't we? We were.
Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for the entertainments. The Blue concerts. I'll cut that back. And showing me that I can feel that way for someone yet again. It's certainly a couple of months I'll never forget. I wish you all the happiness in the world, my friend, Daniel. And then stop being afraid of what could go wrong and start being excited for what could go right. And then she has the cheek to not fill the rest in. But I think, I don't know, certainly then that for me is where our story began.
Yeah.
Because on the 19th of June, 22nd of June, 19th of June,
22nd.
I took Demi to, what's it called?
Leyland
River after 3 days after I had my hair transplant. And I looked like a fucking mess.
An alien. What was that? Who's that character that you look like?
Oh, Bear Grylls when he gets stung by a wasp. Who?
The other one with a big head.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
We'll find it and we'll put it on the vid.
Yeah.
And we walked down Leyland River, and I did it the first time, and I just panicked, didn't I? And I just grabbed Dem's hand.
Well, he grabbed me, and then I nearly fell over, and I was like, "Okay, that's not the time. We'll try again in a minute."
And anyway, I grabbed Demi's hands beautifully and said, "Do you want to ruin your life and be my girlfriend?" And but
really did.
Bear in mind, it's not. Demi hadn't been in a relationship for a while. Clearly waiting for Mr. Right. Rude.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Living the dream.
Yeah, and then since then, there's been some pretty big decisions made, I think.
Well, yeah, relationships aren't easy, are they?
Yeah, at all. And Demi moved in here. She was living at home, and then there was an opportunity for her to move in here.
And then I ran about 6 weeks later.
Well, I think it was 7. And it was 7 weeks later, and we both had an adult conversation, and we thought Demi was going to have a bit of a time out and leave here and have her own place in Staines, which is gorgeous. It's a lovely house.
And for anybody that knows Dan will know why I needed time out. Imagine a child that's eaten 200 blue M&Ms all the time.
Not Viagra.
All the time.
You're not any better. You're a fucking nightmare. The other day, she was throwing garlic bread at me while I was taking a bath. So
Feed the pigeons.
Feed the pigeons. She hides herself under a thing and then jumps out. She wipes ice cream on my nose, but I'm the issue. Anyway, it's been. I think
a coaster just gotta
ride
ride
it.
it.
I
all
need
night
you
long.
all night. Oh, we did that bit. I thought. But personally, I think I was very skeptical for jumping into this. Oh God, that sounded terrible. I was scared to jump into something again because I was worried. I was scared. I got hurt in past relationships, but I can hand on heart openly say that you're the woman of my dreams.
I actually nearly spelled that out.
That's so rude. And yeah, I think people who follow me and you on Instagram and social media see that we do bounce off each other. We do, I think, make each other better. And this weekend.
Oh my God, this weekend. So it would have happened by the time these guys.
It would have happened.
We might not be together by this point.
Absolutely not. We will not be together. What I have planned for you. Basically, Saturday, Demi is doing everything I have to say.
It's a yes weekend.
It's a yes weekend. And on the Sunday, she's doing the same. But it's me doing it the other way. So that's what's going to go. But to wrap things up, Dem, 7 months of your life. Give a little overview of everything.
An overview. Entertaining. Do you know what? This is going to be very terrible if anybody listened to this. I dated in the 5 years that I was single, but I get bored very quickly. And in the whole time I was single, I thought, I am never going to meet someone who entertains me for longer than 2 dates, ever. So bored. I'm literally like, I'm the one feeding all the entertainment.
Feed
but
the pigeons.
but I can honestly say that you've cracked it. Well done. I don't think you could ever bore me.
I do try
Ever. So thank you for that entertainment. No.
Wait, try and kiss my alter ego face here. You can go the other way. Well, let's both kiss him. That's like a weird threesome with my son. Anyway, that's it. That's the lockdown love story with the double Ds. We're going to go get pissed now. Thank you so much. A very different podcast, but basically I had to fill an episode because someone dropped out. So I thought, oh.
She's around anyway.
But thank you so much, Demi.
Ooh.
A fantastic pod, I think, and I think it'd be a hilarious listen for a lot of people.
Hopefully.
So, to just end on that. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. There we have it. Thank you so much to Demi for joining me on episode 3 of the Hot Air podcast. As always, a big shout out to Basics Clothing and Mr. Josh Tizard, the personal trainer, for sponsoring our fantastic podcast. Now, moving on to next week, we are keeping it in the family with my very talented brother, Reese Owen, also known as Thomas Williams. We're going to be talking all things drama and all things arts. So, we will see you next Friday at 8 p.m. on the Hot Air podcast.